drinking a Monster at 10:30 in the morning. I think that kind of sums up where I'm at in life right now. Today we're going to be talking about being too nice and how it's a blessing and a curse. I found a great quote in an article that I read recently. I'll link everything down below so that you guys can read it for yourselves. But the quote says, "Being too nice is a masquerade that parades as a virtue. Yet behind the mask lies a countenance marred by the fear of confrontation, the dread of disapproval, the specter of conflict." I do want to talk about a few of the things that are talked about in this quote, which I think are very true, in the way that I said it's a curse disguised as a blessing. It's not a blessing and a curse, it's a curse disguised as a blessing. You know, everyone talks about the fact that if you are to be alive, then you can at least do one thing, and that's be kind. But there's a difference between being kind and letting people step all over you, and being too nice and being too forthcoming and saying yes to everything and never ever standing up for yourself. Now, they talk about the fear of confrontation. That's definitely something that I have. I hate confrontation. I hate when people get mad at me. I hate when I have to talk to someone about something annoying that they're doing. And the thing that I've noticed and why I wanted to make this video is because it's almost overstepping into my work life, in the sense that I am a manager. So I have to tell people when they're doing stuff wrong, and I have to help people, and I have to tell them when they're doing stuff right. The problem with this is that because I am a scaredy cat and I hate confrontation so much, I really have a hard time whenever I have to tell them they're doing something wrong, and it's really hard for me, and my voice is shaky, and I can't do it. Or I do it, but it's almost like I'm scared that they're going to think I'm not being serious, because it's really hard for me. Because it's in my work life as much as it is in my real life, I definitely think it's a problem. Because if I can't do my job well because of these things that I'm feeling, then how am I ever going to do life well? The other thing it says is the dread of disapproval. The whole fear behind being too nice, I think there's a really big fear of people that want to be liked, people that have always wanted people's approval, that have always needed people to think they're cool and nice and awesome. So if you're very nice to people, and if you let them step all over you, and if you say yes every time they want to go out but you don't want to, and if every time they want to borrow a piece of clothing you say yes you can and they never give it back, things like that, we usually do them because we want the other person to like us. In high school, I was definitely way too nice. I was bullied a lot and I wanted people to like me. So I created this fear of disapproval and this fear of people not liking me. And to counteract that, I definitely was too nice. I definitely did let people do things, say things, take things, even though I didn't like it. I thought I need to be nice for them to like me. I need to be a pushover, because if I'm a pushover, then they will like me. That's definitely something that I'm way better at. I'm way better at setting boundaries, for sure. Definitely with close friends, close friendships, family members, relationships. I'm definitely a person who sets boundaries, who says no. I say no. But it took me a long time to understand that people even like you more for being even more yourself. I know that if I tell my friends I don't want to go out and that they go out without me, they rather I say no than I say yes and be a burden to them at the party or at the outing, because I'll just feel like I don't want to go, and so I'll be annoying. And same for me, if someone says no to something that I ask them to do, like a favor or something like that, I'm not going to hate them forever. You know, I think I need to hold myself to the same standard that I hold others in the sense that I don't hate people for not being always super nice to me. I don't hate people, I don't dislike people if they can't do something, if they can't share something, if they say no. And then the specter of conflict. So conflict is definitely a big one. I hate it. Never liked it. Horrible. Who likes conflict? If you like conflict, there's something seriously deranged with your fucking brain. No, I hate conflict. I hate it so much. I rather pretend that it's not there than deal with it. When you hate conflict, you're willing to push your feelings to the side and say that everything's okay and that you're very happy, even though that isn't necessarily the case. But it's important. In friendships, relationships, in even with loved ones, it's important to tell people when you are not okay with what they're saying, with what they're doing, when they're overstepping a boundary. It's normal, and you shouldn't have to lower your standards or make yourself so small that it hurts you. You shouldn't have to put yourself to the side for others, put your feelings to the side. That's not how life works, because if you live like that, then you will live a very, very sad, lonely, desperate life, and you will get to the end of your life and you will be super sad, because you'll be like, well, I never actually did things that I wanted to do. This boyfriend of mine did this multiple times, and I said I was okay with it because I didn't want him to yell at me, or I didn't want him to break up with me, or this friend kept talking badly to me, but I didn't want to lose them. You'll realize that you often don't lose people because of conflict. Conflict is a normal part of life. It's a normal part of growing in relationships. You don't lose people because of conflict. And if you do, then those aren't the right people for you. Trust me, if after one argument people leave and walk away, that means that it just wasn't meant to be. I think it definitely has to do a lot with self-worth. I think when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of self-worth, so my self-worth was based off of what everybody else thought of me, and because I needed people to like me, I was definitely way too nice. I definitely am still too nice for a lot of things. I accept a lot of things that I shouldn't be accepting, and at work, I suffer because I want to do my job so well that if anybody else F's up, then I'm the one that covers for them, and I'm the one that makes it so that there is no F-ups. So I'm doing extra hours, I'm working more, I'm working harder. It's just tougher, and I want that to change about myself. And I'm not saying don't be kind. Be kind. I think it's definitely important to be kind to others. But I want to say this. You need to be kind to other people without losing your sense of truth, and without losing the person that you are, and without putting yourself down. You need to be kind to others, and that starts with being kind with yourself. Because you might be being too nice to other people. You're a person too. You are someone, and you're not being kind to yourself. You're not being nice at all to yourself by being too nice to others. You're forgetting about yourself. When you are too nice, you're okay with being walked all over, and you lose your self-worth. You probably didn't have a lot to begin with, like me. I was bullied in high school, so I overcompensated. I wanted to be liked, like we talked about before. Because of that, you can't like yourself very much if you're doing this. You're doing a disservice to yourself. Setting boundaries and being more vocal about things you don't agree with is not only being more yourself, you're going to be more content in your life. People are going to respect you more. You're going to be more confident. And it's going to have to happen little by little. I think I really realized it was a problem because it stepped into my work life. And it is so hard for me to not overcompensate at work by being too nice to others when they do their shit properly, and I have to do it instead. I just need to be a little bit more confident. When I didn't yell, but when I talked to one of the employees and told them they were doing stuff wrong, it was really hard. I had a really shaky voice, but at the end I was really proud of myself that I had done that because it was what I needed to do. I want to finish this off by talking about the fact that I think as women in our society, we definitely have that pressure a little bit more than men. We grow up thinking that we need to make ourselves very small, not have too many loud opinions, be nice, be sweet, be quiet. So we have an extra obstacle in the fact that we are taught to be too nice in society. Women are supposed to be nice, and that's tough. It really made a point for me during the Me Too movement and in rape culture, the fact that not saying anything was recognized as saying no, because we are taught that saying no is bad. And so we get hurt by being scared, by being too nice, and it's really scary. So that's kind of what I wanted to finish on. If you enjoyed the video, and if you like seeing videos like this, and if you feel seen, then I hope you can find the little subscribe button and click it. I think it was important for me to make this video because I've noticed it in my life currently, and I talk about topics that I've noticed in my life currently, kind of all I do. I hope you enjoyed it, and I love you all so much. And remember, being kind to others starts by being kind with yourself, and that means setting boundaries. Bye.